Let's savor these moments. Made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the dining out going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date. Can I ask you a question? Why do you want to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
I don't like getting sick. The virus will die. It will be easy to not catch it. Keep my family safe and keep playing soccer. Because I love being vaccinated.
What's your hope for everyone?
I hope everybody gets the vaccine. To keep safe and strong. Be like happy, having fun everywhere. Everyone stay safe and hope you get the vaccine.
Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Morning. Thank you very much for joining us here in the Splash Live. Dave Scott in our Civic Center TV studios. Great to be with you on this Thursday morning, kind of a gloomy Thursday, but this Thursday morning here in West Bloomfield. Thank you very much for tuning in for, as far as I know, community television here in Detroit's only daily 1.5 hour of local programming. We do it right here for you in West Bloomfield, Keegle, Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and Orchard Lake, and anyone else who wants to watch around the world. Welcome and good morning. I'm Dave Scott. This is the Splash Live. We kick the show off with this program at 9:30. At 10 o'clock, Tyler Keefe steps in with a Megacast. Again, an hour and a half of all local programming, very local from 9:30 to 10, and we'll expand our geography a little bit between 10 and 11 o'clock with Tyler. Thank you very much for watching across all of our outlets. And there are a lot. It used to be simple. You just go to one place and watch TV. Now we're all over the place. Comcast, cable, Channel 15 in West Bloomfield. Easy to tune us in there. Channel 99 on AT&T cable. There's a menu system there of all the local municipal cable channels. And you can go in and select West Bloomfield, Keegle Harbor, Orchard Lake, or Sylvan Lake on Channel 99 AT&T. You can watch us on the web at civiccentertv.com in full high definition. You'll also see all the other resources available across our website, including our archives of all of our programs and a whole lot more information, our program schedule, how you can get closed captions to work, and much, much more. That is at civiccentertv.com. We're available via social media as well, streaming live every day on Facebook and on YouTube. Just search for Civic Center TV on any of those outlets. Makes it nice and easy to watch it on your phone if you're running around. And of course, if you are around the community this morning, listen on the radio. We broadcast on FM radio every single day, 89.3 FM. It's our own local radio station, Lakes FM in West Bloomfield, broadcasting from the heart of West Bloomfield at Fire Station number 1 at our studios on Walnut Lake Road. So thank you for tuning in wherever you happen to be across any of our outlets today. And we hope you stay with us all day long for lots of great local television. Weather-wise in the greater West Bloomfield area today, it is going to be a little bit sloppy outside. We've got clouds and rain in the area. Cooled down a little bit from yesterday. 36 degrees is our current temperature. We're only projected to get up one more degree, up to about 37. Today it will be cloudy and there will be some precipitation. As I was coming in today in West Bloomfield, there was a little bit of snow, a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow. So expect that. And I did see the Oakland County road crews are putting a little bit of salt down on the roads in some areas. So just be aware, be careful, as the temperatures are going to be falling down to 32 degrees. So some of that water we've had over the last couple of days could turn into slippery sidewalks and slippery roads. Very similar weather tomorrow, except it's going to cool off a little bit and get down to 27 tomorrow night. And then more clouds across the weekend, although we shouldn't see as much precipitation this weekend, but it's not going to get any warmer than the mid to upper 30s. So that really nice warm weather we had as here and gone. And we're back to our typical winter weather pattern. So the big news everywhere this past week, especially for sports fans, but for people that care anywhere, has been the story of Damar Hamlin. And of course, Damar Hamlin is a football player for the Buffalo Bills, was injured severely during a national televised broadcast, the football game on Monday night. And it was just a terrible situation. He went down, he had a cardiac arrest, his heart stopped, he stopped breathing. The folks got on the field, the trainers got on the field and gave him great care. They got him off to the hospital after resuscitating him on the field. And all reports are that he is getting better. He's in the hospital still in critical condition, but he is getting better. But we all learned all across America that if you're an athlete and you get hit on the chest in just the wrong spot at just the wrong time, depending on where it get hit, when you get hit, and what cycle your heart is in, that it's possible that your heart could stop. So this is a concern for athletes, not only at the professional level, but at any level, and not just football. This could happen. Very rare, very unusual, but this could happen at a baseball game. You get hit by a baseball. Any kind of direct, blunt impact in just the wrong spot at just the wrong time could cause this. Now, the key to hopefully what will be a good result for Damar Hamlin was that there was amazing care on site. How does that work here in West Bloomfield? How does that work for our high school athletic programs? And any parent who's been watching the news, who's got a child in any athletic program, not just football, has to be concerned. We're going to talk to Amy Frazier. She is the West Bloomfield Schools athletic trainer. She'll tell us what equipment we have for our football and basketball games and a whole lot more. We'll have a long conversation with her in the next couple of minutes, find out what's going on. She is amazing, does a great job. And we see her at many of the football and basketball games. And she will join us here this morning on the Splash Live in just a couple of minutes so we can talk about this issue that has become top of mind for everybody in our country, but especially for parents who have student athletes that are participating at West Bloomfield High School, Bloomfield Hills High School, or any of our schools. So that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Don't forget, as we found out yesterday here on the program, the DSO is going to be right here in West Bloomfield tonight. They have a performance tonight going on at the Berman Theater at the Jewish Community Center. It's part of a series, their community series. It's called their William Davidson Neighborhood Series, and it's only in a couple select communities around Metro Detroit. West Bloomfield is one of them. The West Bloomfield series kicks off tonight. Hopefully you have tickets already. If not, and you'd like to see this amazing performance, you could probably call the Berman Theater or the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, and they'll provide you more information. Program begins tonight at 7:30. Should be a great concert. Hopefully you can get out and enjoy that. Don't forget that United We Walk is coming up. It's right around the corner. This annual event that's been going on for decades here in West Bloomfield to honor the life and times and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King happens next weekend. Martin Luther King Day, of course, is the 16th, and this happens on Sunday, the 15th. Civic Center TV will be there. Tyler and I will be broadcasting live. We invite you to read this flyer, get out on the website, and go to the United We Walk website. Find out how you can get involved. There'll be a program which we'll have on TV, lots of activities and community service projects, and we invite you to get involved also by bringing a variety of products and canned goods. You can see some of them listed on the screen right now: baby formula, non-perishable items, canned vegetables, cans of tuna and mac and cheese and other items. Bring those along. Come join us. We'll all get together. It's happening Sunday, the 15th, January 15th, next weekend, MLK weekend, and we look forward to you being there. It's part of a very busy weekend here at Civic Center TV and Lakes FM, as the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce induction ceremony happens Friday at the Avalon of Commerce, and we will be there broadcasting live early Friday morning. It all begins around 8 o'clock. I'll be the MC of the event, and we'll also have it all for you live on the radio and on TV, so you can tune in. And that's good. And we hope you do watch, but I really hope you come by and join us in person. You'll have a great chance to mingle with other leaders, business leaders in the community, and a whole lot more. Tomorrow morning, Suzanne Levine from the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce will be here on the show to talk about this one more time. So we look forward to that. And most of all, mark your calendar for Friday. Yes. How could Suzanne schedule this on Friday the 13th? But it's Friday the 13th, and that's just the second Friday in January, the way it worked out this year. We look forward to seeing you then. Should be a great get-together, great business get-together, and we'll have it, of course, all live for you on radio and TV, but we would love to see you in person, maybe get a chance to hear your story and share that with the community as well. Also, on that very busy weekend, the Laker MLK Classic is going on, and that's going to be happening on MLK Day itself on the 16th, Monday, a week from Monday at West Bloomfield High School. This is an amazing event. It's a high school basketball tournament put together by our women's basketball coaching staff. And as you can see from the screen, we've got games at 11, 12:40, 2:20, 4, 5:40, 7:20. And these are the very best women's basketball teams in the state of Michigan, all coming to our gym on MLK Day. We really hope you join us. Now, again, because of what we do, we're going to broadcast all these games. It'll be an ambitious effort. But we're looking forward to broadcasting every single game. And you can watch all that on My Michigan TV, which you can install an app on your phone or on your smart TV, or you can watch it through any of the rest of our Civic Center TV outlets. So Monday, MLK Day, we will honor Dr. King with some programming throughout for Dr. King, but also with all these great basketball games, have an opportunity to see the best programs in the state of Michigan. And that should be a lot of fun and a great way to honor our championship, state champion West Bloomfield Lakers girls basketball team, who will be hosting the entire event. Mark your calendar again for Martin Luther King Day, the 16th. That's coming up a week from Sunday. So, of course, we've certainly been some sad days, but some good days as well, as we have looked back and honored the life of Pastor Jack Freed, a real icon in our community, who passed away just before the new year. Funeral arrangements are all being put together. I fully expect that we will be broadcasting his memorial as well. And the Holy Spirit Church is only so big. Everyone's going to want to get over there, but we can only get so many people in there. So if you can't make it, or you're from out of town and you want to be a part of this important day, then we'll have that for you here on TV. Details coming up. Hopefully, I could share all that with you tomorrow. I also want to mention, too, another date to put on your calendar is the West Bloomfield Township Board meeting on the 23rd of January, where the Township Board will be presenting a resolution to Pastor Freed's family, honoring again the contribution to our community by Pastor Jack Freed. So mark your calendar for the 23rd and stay tuned here for all the arrangements and how you can participate in these memorials. I was on Facebook this morning and I saw a really beautiful piece of art I thought I would share with you. This is a piece of art that was put together by Sylvan Lake born artist Rachel Chapman Copera. And she posted this on Facebook. Now, Rachel lives in California now, but what a fantastic watercolor. And this, I've got to put my glasses on so I can read this, but this piece of art is called Sunset at the Vankers. And the Vankers are residents in Sylvan Lake. And I can't put my eyes on that home, but if you're a Sylvan Lake resident, you know all about it. It's just a great picture, and she has some lovely watercolors you might want to take a look at. This is a 16 by 20 oil on canvas board, and she said on Facebook, this painting's been living in my head for years, so finally nice to produce it and sign it in 2023. And she says, Happy New Year. You might want to go out to Facebook and look for that really nice, beautiful piece of art. Featuring a home from right here in our communities in Sylvan Lake. So we're going to take a quick break. Thank you very much for tuning in this morning to the Splash Live. Don't forget the Megacast coming up at 10 o'clock this morning with Tyler Keefe, a whole nother hour and 15 minutes of live local programming for you this morning. We're so glad to have you with us. We'll be back in a moment. When we return, we're going to check in with Amy Frazier. She's the trainer of the West Bloomfield High School Athletic Department, and talk about the preparations that she and others like her make at our athletic events to keep your kids safe. That and more coming up in just a moment right here on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. To ring in the new year, the West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce welcomes the 2023 Board of Directors. Don't miss this opportunity to network with and congratulate the movers and shakers of our community, show your appreciation, and more. With the whole event officiated by Judge Diane DeAugustini. Register at westbloomfieldchamber.com. Entry is $20 for non-members and $10 for members. We'll see you January 13th.
Many people are feeling overwhelmed and struggling with mental wellness these days. So be kind to your mind. Give yourself permission to breathe. Share your feelings. You are not alone. Have hope. Talk to a Stay Well counselor for free confidential help 24/7 through the COVID-19 hotline.
And now, back to the Splash Live.
Well, good morning and welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott here at our Civic Center TV studios, and joining us, Amy Frazier, trainer, West Bloomfield High School Athletic Program. Amy, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Morning, Dave. How are you?
Good. Now, we all understand that you are a mom with kids at home. So if you got to bring them on your lap or do whatever you can, that's okay. This is community television. So good to really have you with us. Thank you for taking a couple of minutes and joining us this morning. Certainly everyone, every mom and dad, every parent just like you has got to be a little bit concerned watching this Damar Hamlin story and watching, an incredibly healthy 24-year-old football player from the NFL take a hit that didn't look that bad, in all honesty, and then he just passed out, had a cardiac arrest, stopped breathing, and then we watch all this, and it's got to scare the living daylights out of parents. So I wanted to have you with us to understand a little bit more about those kind of experiences. And I imagine you've never had to deal with something that severe at a West Bloomfield athletic event.
Thankfully not. We haven't had any cardiac events at any of our competitions or practices. Even in the stands, sometimes that is something we worry about too, is keeping the spectators safe and being there for them if they need, that support.
Well, sure. And you think about the university football season, and one of the coaches, Mike Hart, had a problem on the sideline, a similar problem. So,
yes.
But Amy, what kind of preparations do you have? What kind of equipment and what kind of preparations? And my guess is that even though this hasn't happened, this is something that you're prepared for.
Yeah, we're prepared for sure. So we have our emergency action plan, and essentially for cardiac events, we follow the principles of the Red Cross or American Heart Association, CPR and AED. So just like I'm sure most people have taken a CPR class, just like they tell you. So you see someone go down, you know what to do to help. If you're certified, you go up and you start with the check call care, check for airway, breathing, circulation, that's, breathing, pulse, that kind of stuff. When you don't see that, you immediately start telling people around you, hey, you call 911, someone go get the AED. And then you just start that whole, the whole process that we do for the cardiac care.
Well, and we have seen Amy Frazier. We have seen these AEDs now, not only at athletic events, but it's prevalent now in the community. At anywhere there's a lot of people, it's very possible there'll be somebody trained and there'll be an AED. Let's just back up a little bit though for people that might not know. What is exactly an AED?
An AED is an automated external defibrillator. So it's kind of like you see on the TV dramas with the paddles. At the hospital, it's a small version of that. Not quite as powerful, obviously. And it's programmed to check for cardiac rhythm and see if the patient has one. If not, it'll say there's a shock advised, and it flashes bright red and makes an alarm sound right at the button you're supposed to push as the person trained to use it. Push the button, it'll administer a shock, and it'll then tell you to go back into CPR. It'll count off your CPR for you, and then it will advise another testing of the rhythm to see if there is any regain of cardiac activity. If not, it'll tell you there's another shock advised. It'll keep going through that until advanced medical personnel can arrive.
And in the case of Damar Hamlin, he also had a problem with his breathing. So they were able to get his heartbeat going, but then there was a breathing issue. Is that a whole nother matter in and of itself?
I'm sorry, I missed
No,
your
Amy,
second.
that's just so. Who do you have with you this morning?
I have my 9-month-old. He's named Will. He's the boy. And
Right.
I have my 2-year-old Camille. So this is
All
Will.
right, hi, Will. Good
And
morning.
then Camille is eating her breakfast.
All right. Well, that's a pretty
that's-
good thing to do, Mom, when you know you're going to be on TV is feed them, right?
Will's the noisy one.
It's
Camille's
just
being
fine. We know you have your number one responsibility this morning. So, but the breathing thing, let's talk about
With
that.
the breathing, you'd adjust the breathing with CPR. Let me just grab. With CPR, you do the chest compressions and your breathing. So for every 30 chest compressions, you do 2 rescue breaths, and that's what helps keep the oxygen circulating.
And I imagine for a football game, or let's say the MLK basketball tournament that we're going to have on Martin Luther King Day at West Millville High School, you've got the AED there. You have your skills and talent. There's probably some other people there that have also been trained. And I assume that you either have an ambulance on site or you can get one there very quickly as well.
Yes. So all of our head coaches at every level are CPR and AED trained. So freshman, JV, varsity, they're all CPR and AED trained, as well as myself and all the administrators. And there'll always be me, at least one administrator, and the coaches are on site. So you have at least 3 people at every event that are CPR and AED trained. Yes, the ambulance isn't exactly on site, but it's right at the north end zone. Off the north end zone of a football field is that fire station.
So, I mean, it's right there. It's next door. It couldn't be any closer. So probably no reason to drive it over because it's literally a minute away. I think that the Hamlin issue, part of what hopefully is going to be a good outcome is the fact that they were able to respond literally within seconds. So I noticed when I was at the girls basketball game a couple of weeks ago, I saw you keeping an eye. I mean, you were doing your thing, but you were right there by the court and ready and available. Should somebody need your assistance, you can get there pretty quick.
Yeah, so if you attend a basketball game this winter, you'll see I sit by the dock door, which is right off the hallway that my training room is at. And I sit in a chair with a yellow box under my feet, and under my feet is the AED.
Well, that's all really very reassuring. Amy, I know there are moms and dads and parents that are saying, look, I'm very concerned with this story. It's certainly going to bring it to light. But it sounds to me that you have at West Bloomfield almost everything that they would have at an NFL game. And then that's got to increase the safety margin. I mean, all these athletics things can go wrong. These are athletic events. But it sounds like you have all the necessary safety margins and training to respond to virtually any kind of emergency that you would expect.
We do. And like with varsity football games, we have our team physician on staff and on site, and he generally comes with 2 or 3 interns or attending interns or residents, that have to get their hours in for their sports medicine certification. So we have anywhere between 1 and sometimes up to 5 doctors on the sideline for varsity football. And our team doctor is an amazing doctor. It's Dr. Mazzuros out of Henry Ford. And he is also the Pistons team doctor. So you can't get much better than that.
So I feel a lot better today knowing all that. Thank you for coming on and being with us here today and letting people know this. You can't take risk out of life, but you definitely can reduce it. And it sounds like you've done your part. Maybe with this story, we can all do our part. I assume it isn't a bad idea for people to get CPR training. Would you recommend that people, not necessarily professionals or administrators, can any of us just go out and get CPR training? And would you recommend that?
Sorry, speaking of CPR training,
you take care of what you got to take care of. That's a lot more important.
He's just choking on his spit.
Everything okay over there? Good.
Yes, I would definitely recommend for everyone to get CPR and AED trained.
All right. Amy, you got your hands full. Thank you for joining us this morning. I appreciate it. Very good to see you. We'll have a chance to chat a little bit more when we are out broadcasting live on Martin Luther King Day. I know you'll be there and we'll get a chance to chat a little bit then, and you won't have a household to be taken care of at the same time. But I appreciate you coming on and being with us. Anything else you want to say before we run off?
No, not unless you have any additional questions.
No, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Go take care of the kids.
Okay.
All right, Amy.
Sorry about this.
No, you're just fine. It's quite all right. Amy Frazier joining us. She is the athletic trainer, and what a great mom here in West Bloomfield, taking care of our interview, her kids, and ensuring to the greatest extent possible that your student athletes and everybody participating in a game, we all care that people are going to be well taken care of when they're at an athletic event, at a sporting event, and really at any event. And I just think we've moved into such a much better place to make sure that we have the capabilities, the training, the equipment, the knowledge to understand that there could be an incident and we have the ability to react to it. The life-saving measures that they put in place in the Damar Hamlin incident, had they not responded in a minute or two, and they were literally out in the field in 10, 15 seconds. And based on what Amy said here today, I'm sure a similar thing would happen if you were at a West Bloomfield sporting event. And I know that there are trainers just like Amy at all of our MHSAA activities around the state of Michigan. So hopefully a little bit of reassurance, hopefully a little bit of encouragement for you if you have not received CPR and other life-saving training, that you might want to consider it. And just another thing you can do to help make our community safe. And you never know, you may be in a position to save somebody's life someday. So thank you very much for tuning in today. We really appreciate it. Very good to have Amy with us and our other guests. Tomorrow morning on the show, we are going to take a look at crime statistics here in Oakland County. And then there is crime in our county, but the news is good here in West Bloomfield and across the county as it relates to what we've seen over the past several years. Kurt Lawson from the West Bloomfield Police Department will join us tomorrow, and we'll take a closer look at that. And Suzanne Levine will join us tomorrow from the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, and we'll get ready for their events and other activities coming up with the West Bloomfield Chambers. We kick off their year for 2023. Thank you very much for tuning in this morning. Good to be with you here on the Splash Live. Don't forget, we're here every Monday through Friday from 9:30 until 10 o'clock. And on all of our outlets, Civic Center TV, certainly civiccentertv.com, and of course, live on the radio as we are this morning and each and every day on 89.3 Lakes FM. Have a great day. Tyler Keefe is standing by. The Megacast is coming up next. More news, local news, information, and interviews right here on Civic Center TV. I'm Dave Scott. Have a great day.